Hello. Should have gotten the water. We'll see if anyone joins. Two people are here. I haven't been live in so long, and I don't know how long or how late I'll be here. Maybe like 30, 45 minutes. Who knows? I might get a second wind. I don't know. We'll see. TBD. Move. I just wanted to pop on because in my video today I said I was going to go live later, and I didn't want to make a liar out of myself. Okay, sorry, the brightness is way down. Okay, we have 8 people in here now. Trina, hi! Oh my gosh, how are you? What time is it where you are? I feel like it's so, like the chances of us being, like connecting in real time are so tiny because we're on opposite hemispheres, on opposite continents. So I'm very curious what time it is in your part of the world. It's currently 10:54 p.m. on, what is the date? Saturday, March 23rd. Okay, it's Sunday, 4:54 p.m. That's so weird. It's so weird to me. I don't know why the concept of different time zones is weird to me, but it still blows me away. Okay, but it's March 23rd. It's my friend's birthday, and I only have a little bit longer to wish her happy birthday, so shame on me. You're living in the future. That's wild. I'm gonna send her a cupcake. Okay, I guess until we get more people up in here. I posted in my community tab a while ago that I was going to do a Q&A, and it never happened because I got hit by a car, and then I had my nose issues and stuff. And I also didn't get like very many questions, so it would be a very short video if I did a Q&A. So maybe I answer the Qs right now. Also, the setup for live streaming on YouTube these days looks so much different than the last time I did it, which was, I don't know when that was, a couple years ago. I haven't been live in a very long time, but it's a lot fancier now. Bean is with me. If you hear Lupin pawing at the basement door, it's because he's been an asshole tonight, attacking this precious little baby girl. So he's in the basement. Okay, so we have a few questions. Number 1, top 3. I haven't looked at these. I took a screenshot. Trina, look at her. Do you remember when I very first got Bean, how tiny she was? Look how big she is now. You know. She's not very photogenic because she's black. And so she just, whenever I take pictures of her, she just looks like a tiny black blob. Occasionally she gets the glowing eyes like she has right now. I love her so much. Anyhow, but she was so teeny. Like when I first, there's a spider. Bean, get it. Bean's a good hunter. There's a spider on my coffee table. What am I supposed to do? Do I go? I don't. Where'd it go? Where'd it go, Bean? There's a spider. She's gorgeous. Apparently, black animals don't get adopted at the shelter as readily because they're harder to see. Oh, that breaks me heart. I'm so tired. That breaks my heart. Get it, Bean. Get it, Bean. Okay, hang on, guys. I might need to vacuum up this spider. Hang on. Stay there. Good job. Bean's a good hunter, and I'm too scared to smash it, so I'm gonna vacuum it. Hang on. BRB. Hang on. We gotta vacuum up the spider. Good girl, Bean. Okay, good job, Bean. That was a good girl. Okay, hang on, coming back. That was a good girl. So Bean's a very good hunter. Um, she's a very good hunter. She will often see like little bugs, even just little gnats and stuff on the wall or on the ceiling, and she makes this cry. She didn't do it just now, but she makes this weird like hunting cry, and I'll hold her up to the wall, and um she's very good at, sorry, I have a fuzz or something in my eyeball. She's very good at locating bugs and hunting them, but she won't kill them. So we have to do that. Whereas Lupin is a very good, like, actual killer of things. I can't tell you how many mice we have found, dead mice we found in the basement. Bean hair got on me. That he's like killed in the night. Sometimes they're whole mice, but sometimes they're decapitated. The other day, Brent found one that was like, it wasn't decapitated. This is disgusting. It wasn't decapitated, but it was like separated. Like the head and the front legs were in one area of the basement, and the back legs and the tail were in another area of the basement. Lupin is vicious, but we've lived here for, it'll be 4 years in July, and in those 4 years, Brent's probably found like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, 9 dead mice downstairs that Lupin has gotten for us. So shout out Lupin for killing all the mice. Okay, sorry, that kind of that was distracting. Oh my gosh, I think I have a bean hair in my eyeball. Oh no, my cat has brought me presents that I find in pieces. Yeah, it's disgusting. Luckily, I never see the dead mice. Only Brent has seen them. But I've gone downstairs and seen him like walking across the basement floor with a mouse in his mouth. I had a chihuahua that would catch flies out of the air and would catch rats out of the barn on our property and bring them to the house as gifts. Yeah, cats are great hunters. My parents lived in Kentucky for a while, and they had lots of barn cats, and they would often find dead creatures like at the back door. The barn cats had gotten. But a chihuahua that catches flies out of the air, that's really impressive. I think that's super impressive. Okay, so these questions before we got derailed by the spider. Top 3 favorite artists and your favorite songs from each. Morgan Nicole 1220 asked this. I don't know. My top 3 favorite artists. I'm very the music that I listen to is very like based on my mood. I have different favorites at different times. Hi ASMR SAR8 ASMR. I don't know. Hello. My top 3 favorite artists. I don't know. Well, one of my favorite bands of all time, I guess, that's what favorite artist means, is the band May. Just because I've loved them for so long. Like I found them when I was like 14 or 15, and they were one of my favorites in high school. I just saw them in concert last month, and I wrote papers in high school, like on some of their songs and their lyrics and what they meant to me. So May is definitely one. Taylor Swift is another consistent one. I loved her. Like we're almost the same age. She's 34. I just turned 33. And so I very much like grew up with her, listening to her music. So I like her older stuff just for the nostalgia factor. But I love her newer stuff too. Another favorite artist, I don't know. Again, like it depends on the day of the week. I've been listening to a lot of what have I been listening? Let me get into my Spotify. What have I been listening to a lot of? I also saw Lainey in concert, and I've loved them for a long time. I don't know. Yeah, I'm all over the place. I've been listening to lots of 1975. I like Renee Rapp, James Bay, JP Sachs. Uh, I don't know. Yeah, it just depends on the day. Favorites. Okay, this is too long of a question. Maybe I need to think more about this and my favorite 3 songs from each. That's too hard. I can't do that. Okay, top 3 road trip snacks. Okay, this is a lot easier. Sorry, my back is so itchy. Top 3 road trip snacks. Number 1 is I need a cracker or like a chip. So like a Cheez-It. I love a Cheez-It. Um, wow, I could go for some Cheez-Its. Yeah, definitely a Cheez-It. Number 2 would be I would need something like fruity and gummy. So maybe Nerds gummy clusters. I love Nerds gummy clusters. Oh, okay, there we go. I don't know what I just did. I love a Nerds gummy cluster. I think that's my all-time favorite, like, gummy candy. Like, fruity, soury gummy candy is the Nerds gummy clusters. I love those. And then maybe, like, a trail mix or, yeah, something a little sweet, a little salty. Um, yeah, I think those would be my top 3 road trip snacks. Cheez-Its, Nerds gummy clusters, and trail mix. And then Propel to drink. I love Propel, but I only drink Propel when I'm on a road trip. And I love the wild berry. I also love the strawberry kiwi Propel. Soprano Pizza JMF and J. He has been in the comments lately. Oh, he and I share the same birthday. He commented the other day on my I don't know what video, but we have the same birthday. So happy late birthday to you again. Favorite YouTube channel other than my own. Okay, let me get to my subscriptions. I also go in phases with the YouTube channels that I watch, but Renee Amberg, I love her. Michelle Reed, they're like good, cozy comfort lifestyle vlogger girls. Renee, I started watching her when she lived in New York City. She like just moved there, and then I watched her when she moved to Florida. She started dating what's her guy's name, Xander. She had the baby now. Now they live in North Carolina. And then Michelle Reed lives in Texas. She also just had a baby. Love her. JC Marie, love JC Marie. For food channels, obviously my guy Hoodie, Steph Pappas, Nick Dompierre. I love Nick Dompierre. And then honestly, how do you guys feel about Chevy 5-speed? Hi, how are you? I'm sleepy right now, but I'm in this present moment. I'm good. It's been very up and down the last couple of months, but right now I am happy. I'm content. I'm in a good mood right now. I've had a pretty okay day. Yeah. I watch all your videos. I just don't comment. Well, thank you for watching. I appreciate the views. How are you? Did you have a good day? How's your weekend? Anyway, favorite YouTube channels. Oh, what I was trying to say, how do you guys feel about, I listen to a lot of podcasts. I always have either music or a podcast in my ear at all times. Long time since the last stream with Poppy Eats. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Actually, let me go look and see when my last live was. It was July 24th, 2021. So almost 3 years ago. That was a long time ago. Anyway, podcasts. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I always have music or podcast in my ear. At work, I can't work in silence. I need some sound. But it has to be something I don't like care too much about. Like it can't be like a story or anything. Like I don't do audiobooks, But that's why I like a chatty podcast that I can just be listening to work to. Anyway, all that to say, wow, I mean, so rambly and long-winded right now. But all that to say, I know lots of podcasts have moved to like the video space. Do you guys enjoy watching your podcasts more or just listening to them? Obviously, I like watching New Heights. Um, I love Jason and Travis Kelsey. I think they're the cutest brothers of all time, and their dynamic and their friendship and their I love that they like share a hobby and a sport and a job. Well, not Jason anymore, but I enjoy watching them. I've never just listened to their podcast. I always like to watch it. And then same with like JC and Chelsea. What We Said, I go back and forth. Like have listened to it for lots of years, and so I'm having a hard time switching over to watching it just because I think I prefer listening to theirs. Anyway, but I know lots of people who don't enjoy watching their podcast. They prefer just to have the audio. Okay, next question. Oh, so I hope I answered that. Favorite YouTube channel other than your own? I would not put you said other than your own? I would not put mine in the list of of favorites. Definitely not. Caitlin BU5661 asked, how did you meet your husband? Okay, multiple questions. Number 1, how did you meet your husband? Number 2, do you still have cats / how are they? Which I kind of answered earlier. And then 3, what kind of TV shows, movies do you like? Okay, that's perfect because in my video today, I wanted to talk about the TV shows and the movies that I've been watching. So number 1, how did I meet my husband? We met in high school. I feel like I've done a couple of videos about this, but if I did, it was a long time ago. We met when we were 15, our sophomore year of high school. I was new. I had moved from like a bigger suburb of Kansas City to a very small town. And I was the new girl. And so like our high school that we both graduated from, our graduating class was like 100 people, maybe a little less, maybe a little more, I don't know, about 100 people. And so everyone knew that I was the new girl, and that created some problems for me. But he and I met in Spanish class, and there's a couple other, I have a couple other videos where I talk more about our story, but that's the short answer. Second question, do you still have cats / how are they? Yes, I do. Lupin is downstairs in the basement because he's being a dick to my other cat, Bean. And they're great. They're great. I don't know if you, Caitlin, were around last year when Lupin got diabetes. So maybe you're asking like based on that. He's good now. Yeah, he went into remission in maybe September. And so we don't have to give him insulin anymore, which is fantastic. We can live our lives now. We can go on trips. We don't have to plan our whole lives around him and his stupid insulin shots. So that's really nice. I would be more sympathetic if he were a human. Please know that. Please, like, cat diabetes is so annoying. Human diabetes is more manageable because humans have opposable thumbs and that they can give themselves insulin injections, whereas cats cannot. So I had a really hard time with his diabetes. So yeah, he's fine. He's great. He's so annoying. I don't like him at all, but he and Brent have a special little bond. So that's fine. But Bean's perfect. She's great. I love her. She's amazing. She made an appearance at the beginning of this live. She's the best thing ever. I love her so much. I can't believe she's almost 3 years old. She'll be 3 this summer, and she's still amazing. And last, what kind of TV shows / movies do you like? Okay, TV shows. I watch so much TV. It's because I'm not on social media this year. Like I told you guys that I deleted my social media accounts. And so what do I do instead of scroll social media? I hope the comments are still working. I haven't gotten a comment in a long time, so hopefully they're still working and people are just watching instead of commenting. Um, so since I'm not scrolling social media, oh, there you go. Are you going to try the new Taco Bell items? I didn't know there were new Taco Bell items. Okay, good. Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure. You never know with YouTube. Technology is weird. Um, yeah, I didn't know there were new Taco Bell. I don't love Taco Bell. I'm not a huge Taco Bell fan. The only times I've eaten Taco Bell in the last like 6 or 7 years have been for YouTube. I don't love Taco Bell. So no, I probably will not try the new Taco Bell items. I hope that's not disappointing to you. I'm very sorry. Okay, so TV. So since I'm not on social media, I'm watching a lot of TV because I have to fill my time somehow, and I could be filling it by deep cleaning my house, organizing, picking up a new hobby, volunteering, working out. I'm not doing any of those things though. I am watching TV. So, but I have to have a Brent show that I watch with him, and I have to have paid shows that I watch by myself. So my Brent, and we only have one show at a time, the two of us, because we're not together as much as I'm with myself. So we get through shows much more slowly. So in the last like year or so, we watched The Office. That was my first time ever watching The Office all the way through. I'm a stan. I get it now. I love The Office. We watched The Office. Then we watched well, I don't know the order. I'm probably gonna miss some, but Superstore, honestly hilarious. Superstore is so funny. And Superstore has here she is. She knew I was talking about her. Superstore, the series finale of Superstore, Bean, you're so in the way. Are you just showing off? The series finale of Superstore is one of my favorite series finales of all time. It was such a good series finale. Love Superstore. Superstore is so funny. What else? I don't know. Then we started watching Suits last summer when they put it on Netflix. We finished Suits a little bit ago, and then Only Murders in the Building, which is like a current show, obviously. And then after Only Murders, then we watched Special Forces, and there are 2 seasons of Special Forces out right now, and a third season is coming. And that's one of the shows that I wanted to talk about in my video today that I said I was going to elaborate on tonight. So here we are. Guys, Special Forces, if you haven't seen it, you need to. It's really quick. Season 1 is only 10 episodes, and season 2 is only 8 episodes. Hi. So it's a what? So it's a very it's a super quick watch. We watched both seasons in like 3 days, 4 days. It was very fast. Anyway, Special Forces is if you like reality competition shows, if you like Survivor or The Challenge or The Amazing Race or I don't know, what's another reality competition show? You'll like it. So Special Forces, I've said that 8 times now. Like the American and British ex-military people, it's for like guys who are in charge of the show and who are like training the celebrities or whatever. And season 1 takes place in Jordan, like the country Jordan, so super hot weather climate. And then season 2 takes place in New Zealand in the winter, so like super cold. And season 1 has 16 celebrities, and it takes place. The course is what they call it, is 10 days. And I think they learned how hard it was and made some adjustments because season 2 is only 8 days and has only 14 celebrities, huh? So good. And honestly, so funny. Like we caught ourselves laughing out loud when we were watching Special Forces. So funny. And I mainly watched it because celebrities that I know and followed were on it. Like season 1 is like Hannah Brown. She was the main person I was following. Season 2, I can't remember who else was on season 1. My brain is kind of mushy right now. Season 2 had like Nick Viall and Tyler Cameron from The Bachelor world. And I love Tyler Cameron. And Tom Sandoval. I don't watch any Bravo shows, so I didn't watch Vanderpump Rules, and I didn't know anything about I knew what I had heard from other people about the Scandoval situation. When was that? Last summer? So I knew of Tom Sandoval, but I didn't really know him. And he was such a whiny baby on that show. He said the reason he came on is because he wanted to punish himself and restore dignity to the family name, and he had disappointed all of his family and friends, and he just wanted to punish himself. He was so dumb. Anyway, season 2 was great. Oh, Jojo Siwa was on there. Oh, Tara Reid was hilarious. And Tara Reid has not aged well. I don't think I'd seen her or had been aware of her since her 90s and 2000s stuff. And she was hilarious. But lots of Olympic athletes. Dwight Howard was in season 1. He's not an Olympic athlete, but Gus Kenworthy, the skier. Who else was on season 1? Doesn't matter. Watch Special Forces. That was great. Anyway, the other show that was a paid show. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. Guys, it's 11:19. Normally I'm fast asleep by now, so I am struggling. But there's so many shows, it's hard to keep up, especially with all the streaming services now. It's so true. And I'm so sick of feeling like being hairs always get in my face. The social pressure to have all of the streaming services and to be watching all of the shows is a lot. I feel it less now that I'm not on social media, but I definitely still feel it. We have Netflix. Brent's mom pays for our Netflix subscription as his birthday present every year, which is really nice. She's done that for us the last few years. It's a great gift. If you ever want to give someone something, buy them a subscription. It's kind of costly, so only do it for someone you really like. And then my mom just this year started paying for our Hulu again as a gift. We were paying for that on our own. And then we pay for Peacock mainly just so we can watch Supercross. There's some stuff on Peacock, but we just get it for Supercross. And then we're on my mom's Paramount and my mom's Prime Video. So we have access to many, even though we're only paying for one, which is nice. But okay, so last month when I was sick, I found a new paid show, and that show is Temptation Island. Guys, raise your hand if you have watched Temptation Island. That show, I love trashy reality dating shows. I watch all of them. I watch Love Island. I watch The Bachelor, Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise, Golden Bachelor. I watch Too Hot to Handle, The Ultimatum. Did I say Love Island? Love is Blind. I love a reality dating show, okay? But Temptation Island, Perfect Match. That's another newer one. Temptation Island is out of control. Also, if you're just hopping on and it looks like I'm just stroking something in my lap, it's my cat. You just can't see her because she's just a tiny black blob. You can see her ears right now. Anyway, Temptation Island is wild. There are 5 seasons on Peacock. Is it on Peacock? Yes. And then season 6, it's renewed for a 6th season and it's coming to Netflix. So that's exciting. I feel like more people will get into Temptation Island if it's on Netflix. Guys, it's these people who are struggling in their relationship. Either there's a trust issue, or they're trying to decide if they're with the right person, or it's kind of we're going to get married or we're going to break up and we need to figure out what we're doing. So what's the answer? What's going to solve all their problems? Going to Temptation Island and being put in positions where they might cheat on their partner. That's the answer. Not therapy, not breaking up. It's going to Temptation Island. So it's these 4 couples and they go to Hawaii for, I'm a little fuzzy on the timeline of everything, but I think it's a month. I think they're there for a month. And the 4 couples, the guys go live in a house with a bunch of single women, and the girls who are in couples go live with a house full of single men, and they go on dates with these people, and they're separated from their partners for a whole month. The only thing they get to see or know of their partner is little video clips that they get to watch at Bonfire, which is kind of like Tribal Council on Survivor, but without anyone getting voted off. So they get to see a video clip of their partner in the other house doing whatever they're doing, and they don't get any context. They don't know what happened before this clip. They don't know what happens after the clip. They just get to see the clip without any explanation. And it's wild. And so then after the month is over, um, they come back to their original partner and they get to like have a conversation and clear the air and say whatever they need to say to their person. And then they decide if they're going to leave with the person they came to the island with, AKA their current partner, if they're going to leave the island alone and break up with this person, or if they're going to leave the island with someone new, AKA one of the singles that they've like essentially been dating for the last month. Really should have refilled my water. And it's wild. It's so wild. So many people get up to so many shenanigans. It's like, it's steamy, it's funny, it's just the trashiest reality dating show I've ever seen, and I loved every second of it. So that kept me quite company. That kept me occupied while I was laid up sick on the couch for 5 days last month. And then now we started Abbott Elementary, and I'm enjoying that so far. What was the question that I was answering? What kind of TV shows / movies do you like? So yeah, lots of lots of that. I'm still watching Grey's Anatomy. I've been watching Grey's Anatomy since day one. I love like crimey show. Like I love CSI back in the day. My 6th grade reading teacher got me hooked on CSI. Remember all the game shows they had on Nickelodeon, like Double Dare? No. Okay, we were not really a Nickelodeon household. We were a Disney Channel household. So I've never even heard of Double Dare. But it sounds intriguing. Okay, my favorite childhood show was Zoom. Did anyone watch Zoom? It was on PBS, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I loved Zoom, and obviously Arthur. And when I was in kindergarten, I had a backpack that was the big comfy couch. Did anyone watch the big comfy couch? Or Bananas in Pajamas? Or I loved Zoom. Also, Disney Channel had the best original movies. Motocrossed was the best, followed by Double Teamed, followed by Smart House. Smart House was good until it wasn't, though. You know what I mean? Anyway, so yeah, we were a Disney Channel household, not a Nickelodeon household. What other TV shows do I watch? Yeah, like Law and Order SVU, CSI. I already said that. Nothing is coming to mind. Why is nothing else coming to mind? I don't know. Oh, and movies. What kind of movies do I like? I love a rom-com. I love a sports movie. Remember the Titans is my all-time favorite movie of forever. I love Remember the Titans, but I love a sports movie because it takes out all the boring parts about sports and gives you the fun, exciting parts about sports. Speaking of sports movies, this isn't really a sport movie, but I saw it on Tuesday on my birthday, and that Arthur the King. I also mentioned that in my video today. But Arthur the King, it's about this guy who, it's based on a true story too, which I love. I had no idea that it was going into it. I didn't know it was based on a true story. But it's about this guy. In the movie, Mark Wahlberg is the lead. And in the movie, he's from Colorado, but in real life, he's Swedish. It's the Swedish adventure racer. Okay, I had no idea. I miss your videos where you ate meals from home. Hope you do more of those again. Yeah, I like those too, mostly because they're free. But the setup is more annoying. Like, the cats are all up in my business. Lupin will sometimes leave me alone, but like Bean will be, I mean, you've seen it. Like, especially if I'm in the sunroom, she likes to jump up on that table. But even if I'm in the dining room, she'll come jump up on the dining room table. And then if I put her away in her room, she cries or she bangs on the door. So that makes it difficult. And then also just like the ease of doing it in the car. Like I have a phone mount just like stuck to my dash or my windshield at all times because I Marco Polo a lot. Guys, do you have Marco Polo? I love Marco Polo. That's probably my most used phone app. Haha, cat problems. For real though, before we had cats, I did so many more at home videos. But since we bought basically the last 4 years, since we've been in this house, the cats have made it difficult, and the at home videos have slowed down tremendously. But what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Oh, just I Marco Polo a lot, and so like usually on my commute to and from work, I have two friends that I Marco Polo like every day. So I have the phone mount already up. It requires no setup. I literally just stick my phone to my windshield and press record. So the car videos are just a lot easier for that reason. But I hope to do more home videos in the future. That would be good. Anyway, Arthur the King. So it's about this adventure racer. Adventure racing is okay. It takes place over 5 days, hundreds of miles, hundreds. I don't know how many hundreds, but lots. It combines running, climbing, like rock climbing, biking, hiking, kayaking, all up in the jungles of South America. And it's a team of 4 people, but they like have to stick together. And so it's about this guy who he was really big into adventure racing. The movie starts in 2015 at a race. He does terribly. That's not a spoiler. That it literally happens in the first 3 minutes. He finishes like 15th or something. And so 3 years later in 2018, he wants to like get back into it. And he's getting older. He has a family. He's got a daughter. So he knows his time is running out to be able to do these adventure races. And so he's like, I have one more chance. I need to go do this race. So he puts together a new team with 3 other people, and they head down for this race. And essentially, like during the race, there are different transition points. So the team packs this like massive tub full of their gear, their food, their supplies, like whatever, when they need to like switch over to the climbing portion, all of their climbing supplies. Their bike is there whenever it's time to start doing the biking part. Anyway, so they have these transition points. I think there's like 8 or 9 or 10. I don't know how many in the whole race there are. But at the first transition point, Mark Wahlberg's character is eating some meatballs. And he sees this like scraggly little dog over like across the way. And he's like, the dog looks hungry. The dog looks like he's been through a lot. He can see that the dog is like a wound on his side. So he gives the dog a meatball. And the dog is very grateful, obviously. Anyway, the dog like joins them on their journey and like meets up with them in the jungle. And it becomes like, I was gonna say national news. I have no idea if it was national news. Maybe it was a big, I never heard about this when it happened in 2018, but apparently it was a big deal. But the dog like joins them on their journey, and it's just this wholesome movie about Michael, the adventure racer, and Arthur, the dog that he and his team find along the way. And the dog like saves their life at one point. Bean, your hairs are just all over my face. It's so hard. I cried. I sobbed like a baby. I'm going to tell you though, I wouldn't say this is a spoiler. I would want to know this going into the movie ahead of time. So the dog lives. You should know that. I hate movies where the dog dies. So the dog, hey, okay, I thought you ate something you shouldn't have. Did you not? Are you a good girl? Okay. The dog lives, and you should know that. But it was a 10 out of 10 movie. Highly recommend, but I did sob. So you should go see it. It's in theaters right now. Brittany's like, do you have any advice for starting a mukbang channel? I will give you the advice that someone gave me when I started, which was to just do it. Just do it. Don't wait. And also, I'm just picking up things. Also, what was I gonna say? Oh, when I started my channel in 2016 when like food ASMR videos were still kind of like awkward, embarrassing, a little bit, not taboo, but like I definitely wasn't bragging about it. It was something I did like on the down low. And my family still does not know about my channel. The only people who know about my channel are Brent and my two best friends. That's it. And my ex-boyfriend, but I don't imagine he's telling anyone. So that's good. But so now it's like it's normal, like especially with TikTok and all the food creators on TikTok, mukbang and food and even ASMR channels are so much more normal and like cool these days. So it's not like a point of like awkwardness or shame. I definitely felt a little shame when I started. So my advice would just be to just do it. Like you don't need a fancy camera, you don't need a fancy computer, you don't need fancy video editing software. I have filmed every single one of my videos on just my phone, my trusty dusty iPhone, whatever this is. Actually, my first couple of videos I filmed on my MacBook, which is what I'm live on right now, which is my crappy built-in webcam and microphone. So I would just say just do it. And also be yourself. Also, I don't really feel like I'm anyone to be giving advice. I have like not even 2.5 thousand subscribers. I'm still a very tiny channel and I don't have aspirations to become a big channel. But just do it and be yourself, because if you're not yourself, it would just be really hard to pretend to be someone else for so long, and it would feel like unnatural and performative, and I think other people would be able to tell, and it'd be really hard to keep it up and to enjoy it. So also don't make your channel invisible for 2 years, because that's what I did. I thought that one of my friends found my channel and I panicked, and so I made my channel invisible. And I was doing okay. Like I had just gotten monetized, and I like my subscriber count was growing, my views were counting, and then I just made everything invisible. And I like took 2 years off, and then I came back, and it's like it's never been the same. So, but again, that's not why I'm in it. So don't do that either. We'll have to check out Temptation Island. You absolutely should, and report back because it's so good. Have been into Love is Blind lately. Love is Blind. Okay. I have some thoughts on Disney Channel movies were amazing. They were. I have some thoughts on Love is Blind. Thought number one, why are we still watching this show? Like, the first couple of seasons were gold. Well, season one was amazing because it came out during the pandemic. The Love is Blind and The Circle and Tiger King hold such a special place in my heart because they came out when everyone was on lockdown. And I just felt like the whole world was watching these shows together. And they felt very connective and bonding. And yeah, I will always love those shows for that reason. And the premise was fun, right? Like these people meet in these pods and they fall in love through a wall. And then like the reveal is always my favorite part of the show is the pods up through the reveal. And then after that, we can be done. We don't need to watch the rest. I don't need to see them take their little vacation. I don't need to see the wedding planning. I don't need to see the awkward like move in together. I don't need to see the weddings and find out if they say yes or no. The part that I love is the pods and those conversations and the reveal. The reveals are either so cute or so uncomfortable. There is really no in between. So that's thought number one. Thought number two is it's a show that people who've been on the show have come out as being like so toxic and harmful and damaging for not only their mental health, but also like their careers. Like people have not been able to find normal jobs anymore because they were on Love is Blind. And also like, the parties get wild and there's no like drink limit. I don't know if those rules have changed, but there used to not be a drink limit on the alcohol, and so people just get too drunk. And like even The Bachelor, there's a two drink limit per whatever. I don't even know, but they need to do something about that. And then my last thought is the Lachey's are not good hosts. Okay, they're just not. even Fako Mark Wahlberg, who hosts Temptation Island, I thought he was kind of a jokester in season one. I was not impressed, but then he grew on me. It's Mark Wahlberg with no H. He hosts Temptation Island. So I've talked about both Mark Wahlbergs tonight. But yeah, I don't like Lachey as his host. But I keep coming back for more. Like I'm still gonna watch. But I think Love is Blind has probably run its course. Again, cool premise. Oh, and my last thought is it makes a complete mockery of marriage. I hate that the show has to end in marriage. Because it's a joke and we've only had a few successful couples. So I think we need to stop doing that. I have to run, headed out for dinner. Wow, the fact that you're eating dinner right now is wild. Enjoy your meal. Good night. Well, I'm going to go tonight. You're going to go tonight eventually. Maybe I do need to go tonight. Go to bed. Am I okay? I'm so sleepy. Anyway, those are my Love is Blind thoughts. And there's still, I keep forgetting that I'm answering questions. Last question is from Trish the Dish 765. What is your biggest ick and or pet peeve? Okay, honestly, I should probably do a whole video on this because I have many. Hang on, I need to plug my computer in because I feel like it's going to die any moment. Hang on. I'm surprised. Oopsies. I'm surprised. Okay. I'm surprised this computer has survived for as long as it has because I got it in 2015. And that was almost 10 years ago, but it's still doing what I need for it to do. So that's great. But I'm scared that it's going to just die on me any second. And I need it for lots of things. We don't have like a desktop or anything. Like this is our household computer. So I need for it to not die. What was I saying? Icks and pet peeves. Yeah, I have many. I am very easily annoyed. And I definitely think that's like a flaw and like a toxic trait for sure. I wish I could not be so easily annoyed. I let things irritate me way too much, but also like people, am I right? Anyway, icks are, oh gosh, I need to come up with a list. People who have like, some of these might sound like shallow and silly and stupid, but I'm just going to be real. People who have like poor hygiene, who just like aren't tidy people. That's a major ick. Not in like a romantic partner, just anyone. Like if you have dirty fingernails or like, men who like don't keep their fingernails trimmed. That's a major ick. If I see a guy with long fingernails, like you can see too much of the white, that's an automatic no for me. Or if their fingernails like dirty, like they have a bunch of dirt and grime underneath their fingernails. Or people who like, when people like they're eating like Cheetos or something, okay, and they don't wipe their hands on their napkin or like go wash them or whatever, they just wipe them on their clothes. No. We can't be wiping Cheeto dust on our clothes. That's not okay. Also, this one's kind of weird and may come across as offensive, but it's like a gentle offense. And this is like, I don't care about other people, but specifically in a romantic partner, which is not an issue because I'm married and I'm fine with, my husband has great hands. But men who have hands that are too feminine, do you know what I'm talking about? Does anyone have any idea what I mean? Some men have hands that are like, they look too much like mine. Like they're soft and their fingers, their hands, they look like they haven't done any hard work in their life. Like hands that just look like mine. They're just like soft and baby feminine hands that haven't done anything. Do you know? I don't know why that's an ick for me, but it is. And it stemmed from this guy I dated in college. His name was Corey, and Corey had feminine hands. And so like when we held hands, they were like a little too soft. When he like, I don't know if he like grabbed my face to kiss me or something, it was like, get your hands off my face. I don't know. Maybe no one can relate at all, and I just sound like an idiot. But I don't like when a man that I am romantically interested in has feminine hands. Um, just an overall human ick is when people are rude. Yeah, I feel like this is very common. I don't feel like this is a unique or quirky ick. But when people treat service industry people poorly, whether it's the server at a restaurant or the ticket taker at the movies or an event, or if it's the drive through window person, or if it's the security guard at your office building, or if it's the guy at the Walmart grocery pickup or the cashier at the store, whomever, when people are when people treat those people poorly, like that's like automatically, nope, I don't mess with you. Um, what else? Pet peeves. When people don't clean up after themselves, but anywhere, like in my house, at the office, just like leave the space as you found it. Like oh my gosh, I can't believe at work, like there are still people who make a mess in the microwave. It's just so rude. Um, or like twice now in the last month, maybe, I've gotten stuck in the bathroom at work with no toilet paper. And thank goodness I have an Apple Watch because I'll say, call Ashley, and Ashley will come save me and bring me toilet paper. But like, seriously, you're not going to replace the toilet paper? Not replace it, but like yeah, replace it. Actually, the maintenance closet in our bathroom is always open, so we can go grab toilet paper. Like, it's just rude. Um, One of my huge pet peeves, and that's a whole category of its own, is grammar, spelling and grammar pet peeves. I feel so strongly about that. I've done a whole video actually on this. I was eating Domino's pizza. It's when I had blonde hair when I lived in Utah. It's probably like 2016, it was 2016 for sure. Spelling and grammar pet peeves are at the top of my list. I don't know. Nothing else is coming to mind. I'm sure I have many. I have lots and lots of icks and pet peeves. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go in 15 minutes. That'll be a nice even midnight. Honestly, I've been here for longer than I thought I would be, but this has been fun. I haven't been live in a very long time. It feels nice to be back. I'm glad I finally answered those questions, even though I didn't answer them in a video. It feels good to have gotten those done. How's everyone doing? Are we watching March Madness? The 6 of you who are here right now, do you care at all about basketball? Are you watching March Madness? Oh my gosh, there's bean hairs everywhere, always. College basketball is for sure my favorite sport. I think because I grew up with a dad who, oh my gosh, who was really into college basketball. And so he got me into college basketball. And KU has always been my team because I'm from Kansas. Well, I live in Kansas City now, and like I've always claimed the general area of Kansas City home, but I grew up on the Kansas side. And so like I grew up like 45 minutes from Lawrence, where KU is, and going to basketball games. And my dad got his master's from KU, and I've always loved KU. And what was my point with that? Oh, they lost today. It was really sad. This was a rough season all around for us. But anyway, I've always been into college basketball. I never really cared much about the NBA until I lived in Utah. And then I kind of started caring about the NBA because, as you may or may not know, Salt Lake has the Utah Jazz. And like here, we don't have an NBA team. We have an NFL team, obviously, and an MLB team, obviously, and the Mavericks. What is like they're hockey, but they're not NHL. They're below that. But we have a hockey team. We have Sporting Kansas City, which is an MLS team, and then we have KC Current, which is a women's team. But we're missing an NBA team. I would love to have an NBA team here. Anyway, when I was living in Utah. We had the Utah Jazz, and that was really fun. That was really fun. I lived like 8 minutes from downtown, and so I got to go to jazz games. In fact, this guy that I dated, I want to do a whole series on my channel called Tinder Tales, where I tell you about all of my stories, experiences, um, unfortunate situations, bad dates from specifically Tinder. Um, because I think that'd be fun. Anyway, one of those Tinder dates, he would be a fun story, a fun video all on its own because there's like a cute story about how we met. We met on Tinder, but also there was another element there. Anyway, it didn't work out. I've talked about him a little bit before. It didn't work out like romantically, but we just decided we liked each other better as friends and whatever. He's married, has kids now. I'm obviously married too and have been. But he was a very fun dater and he took me on some fun dates. And one of my favorite dates that I went on with him was to a jazz game. And he got tickets from someone at work. And he like took me out to this cute dinner before. And then we get to the game. He's like, Bean. We walk into the arena and he's like, sorry, our tickets aren't very good. I hope you're not mad. So we walk in. I'm like, okay, whatever, expecting to be in the nosebleeds. But then we like walk in on the main level. Like we're not going up any escalators or elevators. We're walking in on the main level. And then we like are going down and down and down. I'm like, what do you mean our seats suck? We're sixth row. We're sixth row at a Jazz versus Suns game, which was fun because Jeff Withey was playing for the Jazz at the time. I don't know what Jeff Withey's doing these days. He played for KU though, and this guy knew I loved KU. And then they were playing the Suns, and Markieff Morris was playing for the Suns. And I love Markieff Morris because the Morris twins played for KU as well. So it was a very fun game. I have never been sixth row or closer at an NBA game before or since then. So that was a really fun date and just like experience overall. So then I kind of started caring about the NBA because the Utah Jazz were fun to follow. And then the last guy that I dated before Brent and I got back together, he was very into basketball too. Like that was one of the biggest things that we had in common was our love for basketball. So we watched lots of basketball together, and it was a year that the finals were very exciting and playoff season. And I enjoy playoff season in the NBA, regular season, but the playoffs are fun. The finals are fun, and the NBA finals always remind me of How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days because they are always getting tickets to the Knicks games. So that was fun. Where was I going with that? Sports. Oh, I was asking if you're watching March Madness. Wow, I have gotten off on so many tangents this evening. Yeah, now that KU's out, I'm quite sad. And then I don't really care about other. Baseball is fun to like. I enjoy going to a baseball game in person. You won't catch me watching baseball on the TV though. That's for dang sure. Except when in 2015, was it 2015? Yeah, 2015 when the Royals won the World Series, I was watching baseball on TV then because my team was in the World Series and that was fun. And then football, I gotta be honest, I don't really get it. I've tried so many times to understand football and I simply don't. I understand the basics. Like I know what a touchdown is. I know what a field goal is. I know what the extra point is. I know about like special teams and I know about like you know, the basics. I know that there are downs and I understand that like teams get so many tries to get the ball in the end zone. But that's where my understanding ends. And I'm grateful that, hi, come here. I'm grateful that Brent doesn't care about football but honestly, he doesn't care about football. He doesn't watch football, but he knows a lot more than I do, which is surprising. I think it's because his dad and his brother are into football, so he learned about it because of them. But I'm grateful that he is not watching football honestly, all the time. There's Monday night football, Thursday night football, Saturday football, Sunday football. Football is dominating the week during football season. Um, so I'm glad that Brent is not a football guy because I think I'd struggle being married to a football guy. Anyway, so all that to say, it's fun being in. I've said this so many times before, but it's fun being in Kansas City with the Chiefs doing well. And I did watch multiple playoff games this year, but as a whole, I just don't really care about football. I'm going in 7 minutes. I just need to go on like an even number. Like we just hit 1 hour on the live stream, so that would have been a nice opportunity to go, but it's 11:54 and it would just sound better to go at midnight. So that's what we're doing. But Brent's sport is Supercross, and I knew nothing of Supercross until I started dating him. I knew about dirt bikes and stuff because Brent and a few of our friends in high school grew up racing motocross, and lots of them had tracks like in their backyards. Because since we lived in a small town, a lot of us had like acreage. So Brent and two of his friends, they had tracks at their houses, and so I would often spend time like watching the guys ride and stuff. And also I did yearbook in high school, and we did a piece on the motocross boys at our school because there were a handful of them. And so I did an article all about them, and I had to take pictures, and that was really cool. We went out to our friend Robbie's track, and Robbie's track was a lot cooler and nicer than Brent's. Brent had a good track, but Robbie's track was even better. And so I got to take pictures out of Robbie's track. Anyhow, that's all I knew of the sport until Brent and I started dating again. And then his whole family is into Supercross, dirt bikes, motocross, everything. Like it's a very much like a family thing. Like his parents met at the track because his dad raced, his grandpa raced, his uncle raced, so his mom's brother raced and his dad raced, and that's how his mom met his dad, was at the track. But then I started watching it with him, and now like Brent is out of town. He's in St. Louis racing right now, racing his mountain bike, not dirt bike, and I watched Supercross on my own tonight because I'm just like, it's a really entertaining sport, and like I really enjoy the the people. They're fun to follow, and like I don't know, it's fast paced and it's really enjoyable. So basketball and honestly Supercross are my favorite sports, which is weird. That I never thought that would be the case. Any fun travel plans for the summer? I only have one travel plan. Well, going to Omaha in a couple weeks, which is not a big travel plan. It's just a 4-hour drive north. But yes, in May, we're going on a cruise. I've talked about this a little bit. So don't be annoyed if I'm repeating myself. But in May, we're going on a cruise around the British Isles. I've been on lots of cruises with my family. My family loves cruising, but we've only been to Alaska and then like around Central and South America. So I've been all over Central and South America and Mexico and stuff. But this cruise, I've been to Spain. I lived in Spain for a year, but other than Spain, I haven't been anywhere in Europe. So I'm very excited because we're going to England, France, Ireland, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and Wales. And it will be a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to that. That's our only big plan this summer. We might do little things. I would love another trip out to Utah. I miss Utah a lot. And my siblings live out there. So I'd love to squeeze in another Utah trip. And then, no other plans. The cruise it was very expensive. So I don't have any other big travel plans. I fly for free pretty much because Brent and I both have a Southwest credit card that we buy everything with. and then just pay it off right away. So, and that earns us points. So I haven't paid for a plane ticket in a very long time. So that always makes that part of travel very easy. And then if I go to Utah, I can stay with my sister. So that's free pretty much. So I love free or very cheap trips, but I don't have any other big trips planned other than the cruise. Creative idea with the bad date series. You should go for it. Okay, thank you for the support. Maybe I will. When do you think I'll do another? I can't read. When do you think you'll do another live stream? I don't know. I don't know. This was fun. Maybe it's hard because I work a normal office job and I wake up usually like 5:30 for work. So I can't do them during the week. That's too hard. And then on the weekends, I'm usually hanging out with Brent. And also, I am usually passed out right now. I haven't seen midnight in a very long time. So when he's gone, it's a lot easier. But he does have some races coming up. So maybe his next race maybe is when I'll do my next live stream, which is next month. So maybe in a couple weeks. Okay, now I'm very excited about this bad date series. It wouldn't just be bad dates though. It'd be there were good dates too. It's going to be Tinder tales. So just all of my Tinder. Oh, you're mad that I moved the blanket? She's very weird and sensitive about textures. So she won't come up on my lap unless it has a blanket on it. Yeah, I need to start making a list and come up with some stories from my Tinder days because there are many. Some scary ones too. Honestly, there was one I ran screaming, crying from this guy's house, and I thought he was going to kill me. So, on that note, I'm going to leave you. I hope you have a great Sunday. Wherever you are, I hope you sleep well. I hope you have good dreams. I had some wild dreams last night. I started keeping track of them because I'm really trying to tap into some lucid dreaming. That's the whole thing. Okay, I'm gonna go. But this was fun. Thank you for being here. I haven't done this in a really long time, so there will be more. Okay, I'm very tired now. Goodbye.